I've got some great charting tips and tricks for you in this video, so let's get to it. Okay, in continuation of the last video, we are going to go over some of the best tips and tricks with the charts that I can give you. So the first tip is just entering a ticker. You don't need to come up here and highlight it and type it in. You can just be clicked on the chart and just type in the ticker that you want and just hit enter. So I can just type it in and hit enter. Next tip is you can do the same thing with the time frames. If I want to change this to a 5-minute chart, I can just hit 5 and enter. And now it's changed it to a 5-minute chart, or 10 and enter. And it does it in minutes. So I can do 60 for an hourly chart and can just change the time frames that way. Next tip is how to navigate the charts. So there are a few ways that you can navigate through them. First is just by clicking on the axis to move it up and down. And next is using the arrow keys. So if you use the down key, that zooms out. The up key zooms in. The left will move left. Right will move right. And I can use the scroll bar to move left and right as well. And if you move your mouse down here, you can do the same things with these buttons right here. So this will kind of crunch it together and zoom out, and then come down here and zoom in, zoom out. Or if you want to zoom into a specific area, click on the plus, and then it brings up this little magnifying glass, and you can draw your square of what you want viewed on your chart. And then if you want to zoom back out, come back down here and hit reset or the minus button. This reset will reset the scaling to the default. So right now if I scroll, you'll notice that none of the candles are moving with my scrolling. But if I come down here and click reset, now when I scroll, the axis scrolls with it, and it'll zoom in and out with my scroll. The same thing will happen if I right click and click reset scaling range here. Then that will bring your charts back to default. The next big tip I have for you is under the settings, and come down here to hotkeys. This is hotkeys to navigate TradeStation. So if I click on hotkeys, you'll notice how many categories they have. You can have file, edit, view, add, customize. The ones that are most important to me are the drawings. I can quickly do drawings with hotkeys. So if I wanted to do a horizontal line, right now I have it as Control D. So if I hit Control D, it will change my cursor and I'll be able to draw a horizontal line. Let's create one right here. Let's create a trend line. So I can come right here to hotkey. You want it to be something special, not just like a G or something like that. You want it to be like Control G, like that, or maybe F4, something that's a special hotkey. And let's do Control G, and I'll hit assign. That's not being used, so now it showed here under current. Hit close. Now if I hit Control G, it changes my cursor to the little vertical line drawing tool, and I can draw my line. Right now it's also on snap mode, so if I want to turn off snap mode, then it's much easier to move it around. Another thing you can do is come down here to snap to, and you can snap it to whatever you would like. So if I want it to snap to the open, there it goes, it snapped to the open. Another tip we have already gone over is studies, and then saving the study group, and then clicking on automatically add on new chart, so that your study group that you always use will just load in as you open up new windows. Right now, when I open up a new one like this, it loads in all these indicators. I'm going to come up here to window and arrange them so that you can see them both, and show you my last tip, which is connecting the charts. And you use that by clicking here and hitting the green local symbol link or blue, whatever you want. It just needs to match whichever ones you want to match. And then if you do the global ones, it will do it across different windows. For this example, I'm just going to go to green, and then on this one, I'll change this to green. So now if I type in SPY, it will change both the charts. And I can also use local listener symbol link. So if I change anything on this one, it's not going to change anything on this one. But if I change this one, then this one over here on the left is listening to the one on the right. So if I change this, it will match it. The other feature is the eye. This will change the interval, or in other words, the time frame. So if I choose the green over here, and I change this time frame to 5 minutes, changes both the charts to 5 minutes. So there are the tips and tricks I have for you on charting. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video.